Shane faces language problems at a checkpoint near Parau.
I'm at a turning point here.
The Wellington wind blows a small boat into the weeds at Pencarrow Heads.
You're sounding a little bit uncertain about what's happening there, Chris.
And Fishery Officer Marcy has an unpleasant encounter in Northland.
Okay, I just want to have a look in the bag and then we'll go, okay?
Over summer, fishery officers set up 4 major roadblocks around the North Island, and today they're at Huia Road, Parau, on Auckland's west coast.
We're just going to start the checkpoint. It's around about 1400 on a Saturday. Beautiful day, big massive king tides. There should be a lot of people out there gathering and fishing and whatnot, so just ready to take them through to the 10 o'clock tonight.
First stop of the day is a runabout laden down with kawai.
Oh, crikey. Had a very good day. I'm going to need that other bin.
With 3 people on board, the limit's a total of 60 fish. That's 20 kawai per person.
That's 30. Looks like they're all lined for caught. They're in pretty good condition. There's no gill marks on them.
It's an excellent catch, but Shane's fast approaching the limit of 60 fish.
Oh, bummer. Got one too many there. You got 61 here. One kingfish.
The man's claiming that the extra fish is actually a kingfish, which is going to create more problems because none of the fish here are anywhere near the 75 centimetre minimum size for kingfish.
Well, you might want to come and tell me which one's the kingfish. Do you know what the size is for a kingfish? Minimum size for a kingfish, I'll tell you now, is 75 centimetres. Okay, can we measure that one? It is there, sorry, I do apologise. So the minimum size for a kingfish is 75 centimetres. Now, I've got some bad news for you. This one is 49 centimetres. All right. This fish, you're not allowed to keep. Do you understand what I just said?
Although the driver seemed to understand everything when he arrived at the checkpoint, his command of English suddenly vanishes at the mention of an undersized fish.
We seem to be communicating earlier wrong. It's definitely a juvenile kingfish. Very great prized fighting fish.
With communication at an all-time low, Shane tries the passenger, who's the driver's brother.
One of the kingfish that we found in the bucket, it's undersized. Yeah, okay. The minimum size for a kingfish that you're allowed to keep in New Zealand is 75 centimetres. Now that kingfish is 49 centimetres. Oh, yeah. Okay, so as you can see, it's significantly short.
But the brothers' efforts don't go anywhere either, leaving Shane with a difficult call.
Come on, I'm at a turning point here. Okay, I'm pretty sure you understand what I'm saying, 99% sure. And I can either let you go with a warning, or we can be straight up with each other, or I can interview you, I can get you into an office at Rosebank Road. Okay, I need to know if you understand what I'm saying, because it's going to make our job a lot easier. No? Okay, that's cool.
Shane has no choice but to take the offence further.
What we'll do is we'll get an interpreter and we will sit down and have an interview.
Oh, what's that mean?
An interpreter, someone that can speak Cook Island.
Yeah.
Okay, and I will we'll sit down in front of a camera and I will take down a statement from him. Okay?
Yeah.
Okay, so I will keep in contact with you, but this won't go away, okay? We need to deal with it, okay? We will be having an interview, a talk, you and me, at some point in the next week or 2 weeks. Okay? Okay, you can't avoid it. That's my business card.
Okay.
Okay? You need to ring me on Tuesday. It makes it really hard out here in the field without the ability to speak many different languages, but that's just part of it. And you have to give the people their opportunity to put their side of the story.
The driver was fined $250 for having an undersized kingfish. And while the checkpoint continues under clear skies at Parau, it's blowing a gale in Wellington. It's not a day to be out on the water, but the Marine Police are on patrol in Wellington Harbour when they get a call to rescue one of the few boaties who hadn't listened to the weather forecast.
Stuck in between
The SOS has come from a small runabout at Pencarrow Heads.
And it sounds like they've got a 13-foot boat in amongst the rocks in Pencarrow. They seem to have got themselves tied up in the weed. Just managed to get hold of somebody on the boat who said that they're stuck in the weed, like I said, and we're just going to go and help them, hopefully get free of that. They're in no immediate danger, so not needing to get any other resources at this stage.
By the time police reach the boat, it's been pushed into the middle of some very dangerous rocks. And to make matters even worse, the skipper isn't wearing a life jacket.
Yeah, hello, it's Richard here. I'm the skipper of the launch of the boat over here. What's your name, sir? Chris, okay. Chris, first of all, have you got a life jacket you can put on? Okay, all right, we can't deal with that then. Listen, two options. One, you try and put the boat on the beach. One, you try and come out here. Which one would you prefer to do, and do you think your boat can handle coming out here? You and your boat. Okay. What is actually stopping you from motoring out now? Okay. Have you freed all the weed from it? You're sounding a little bit uncertain about what's happening there, Chris, so we need to make things happen, because otherwise you're just going to get into a worse predicament. What I want you to do is get the motor started, drive north so you don't get washed down onto the rocks to the south of you, and go in on the northern side of where that police car is, okay? And the guys in the police car will come down and assist you. Okay? All right, good luck.
Yeah, Roger. This boatie is going to endeavour to beach his boat on the beach right in front of you. Can you be in a position to assist him, please? Because no doubt they'll end up in the water at some stage.
The boatie may have managed to free his propeller from the weeds, but his attempts to reach the beach are putting everybody on board in danger.
Coming out, let's change his plan. Come on, mate, get it out. Keep coming, keep coming! We've got a nasty rock down here. That's right. If we get past these rocks, we're away. Keep coming! Roscoe, I'm going to go up to him, throw in the line, tell him to attach it to his steer horn.
Ready?
That's it. Hold on to him. Where did you launch from? Maori Bay. Okay, sit tight in your boat and just steer to follow me. Keep the motor down in the water. He's going to have to contend with some pretty big swells here, boys.
Almost immediately, officers realise that the seas are far too rough for the people on the boat, and the decision is made to get them on board the police launch.
Okay, Stu, pull him alongside, mate. Whichever way he goes best, mate, I'll just hold the boat straight. That's it, put him up starboard side.
Blue jacket is described as a zip object with white.
You want me to get in there and drive it back? Pop all of them in here. Explain what's going to happen to them.
Bring it off, Stu. That's it.
Open it. I'll hold it up here. You ready?
Yes, from LG. Right.
You going to take it up here?
Get rid of it.
How are you, mate? You alright?
Come and sit up here, man. Excuse me, come into the cabin. Come into the cabin. Come into the cabin.
He's going to try and get me a police jacket.
So you can tell with no one in it. You can tell with no one in it. Come into the cabin, sir. Come into the cabin, please.
On the foot towards Kai-moana.
As the tow resumes, three very relieved boaties recount how they got into trouble.
Oh, we yanked it up just outside the weed to catch some blue cod. Yeah. And came off the anchor and floated into the weed before we knew it. We were in the weed and in trouble. I was told there to start your motor in the weed because it stuck your motor pretty much.
Yeah.
So we tried to anchor ourselves out by throwing the anchor into the weed and pulling ourselves out of the weed, but we just got the worst.
It's not long before they reach the calmer waters of Maori Bay, and after tying the two boats together, police deliver their cargo of passengers to the wharf.
Yeah, you do what you got to do, Stu.
In a few days' time, questions will be asked about the shortage of life jackets on the boat. But for the moment, an extremely relieved skipper can head off to get his car and trailer, and the police launch can head back to sea. But back up at the Parau checkpoint, Shane's come across another problem: a man with too many muscles.
I mean, you're entitled to these things. It's not a problem with gathering, just providing you remain within the limits.
It's a painstaking process, but Shane has to count every mussel. The limit around Auckland and the Coromandel is 25 per person, so the maximum allowance for 6 people is 150.
The kids playing and then it picks up some.
But you're in possession of them, aren't you? You have possession of these. Okay, you are in control of them. Okay, it's not just because you gathered them, it's an offence to possess.
This man has 250 mussels in his possession, but he's claiming some of the shellfish belong to his friends in another car.
We're a group.
Can you get hold of them now?
Yeah, okay. Want to call them?
Ask them to come back?
Okay. Pwede tawagan sila.
Basically, he's got more than he's allowed. There's enough here for 10 people. Obviously, there's 6 here that was inside the vehicle. He's claiming that there's another vehicle with their friends that they were gathering with that also had some shellfish, and so we'll just see if they're prepared to come back.
The other cars can't be contacted, but the man's story is convincing enough for Shane.
We celebrate a birthday here.
Oh, okay. Whose birthday was it?
We're about 10 cars.
Oh, it's about 10 years. Okay.
So some they go ahead. And
It appears to be a genuine mistake, and Shane decides a warning is enough.
But you need to be aware for next time that if you're carrying shellfish for anyone else, okay, they need to carry it, okay? Because, I mean, potentially that's a $250 fine there, okay? And, you know, that's a lot of money for a bit of shellfish.
Yeah, so
Okay.
do I going to pay? Or?
What I'm going to do at this point, I'm going to give you a verbal warning. Okay, have you been in trouble with fisheries before?
No, I
No?
don't. It's my first time going in here.
Okay, all right. Well, there's 150 mussels in there. Okay, the other 100 we will take and return to the sea. We'll just call this a verbal warning. Please don't do it again.
Yeah, yeah.
However, if ever again you're stopped by fisheries and you're found to be excess, okay, you get dealt with a lot more seriously. Okay, because it'll be regarded as a repeat offence.
Thank you.
Hopefully he's learned his lesson. Positive interaction.
As one car takes off, another one arrives, and this time it's a fisherman who needs no education on rules and regulations.
Catch any fish?
Yes,
Yes.
the big one. You take?
Just the one?
Yeah, just the one.
Okay.
Yeah, the small one I put that on sea, put it in the sea.
Okay.
The
put it
small
back in
one,
the sea.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Any other shellfish or fish on board on your car?
No.
No, just this.
Yeah, just this.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
The red monkey's got to be 40, you know that?
Yeah, I know. Yes. Hi.
The size limit for red moki is 400 millimetres, and this fish just makes it.
All good. Yeah, no, looks good. He's complied. He knows his rules, so no, all's good.
Thank you. Okay.
All's good.
Yeah.
Great.
Thank you very much.
Just have a look in your boot.
Yeah,
Can I have a look in your boot?
With a final check of his boot, this happy fisher is sent on his way.
Good on you, mate. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you.
Enjoy your evening.
Thank you very much.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
It's just before Christmas, and fishery officers are out patrolling the rocks around Akipara in Northland, and they've just come across a couple of divers.
Okay, we've just come around the corner and there's a couple of guys over there in wetsuits. They've got a couple of pretty small Hessian sacks, but one of them's just palmed the sack off to, looks like a younger daughter possibly, or a young girl. How you going? Not very good. How come? Can we just have a quick look in the bag? Excuse me, sweetie. Can I just have a quick look in your bag, please?
As Marcy attempts to catch the girl with the bag, one of the men darts across the rocks with another sack, and then Dad arrives in full force.
You can talk to me.
Okay.
My daughter.
I just want to have a look in the bag,
Hey.
and then we'll go. Okay. That's all I want to do.
What you do? Walk straight over to my little kids.
All it was just because she was walking away with the
Hey.
bag. I said, hey, can I just have a look in the bag? That's all I said.
Hey, you do not walk up to little kids and do that.
Okay. Now, can I just have a quick look in the bag and then we'll be off?
Okay, you do not walk up to... I already told you what was in the bag.
Okay.
But I mean, we're entitled to have a look. Yes, I know you are. But not like walking up to kids and hey, when they're by themselves.
I said, hey, sweetie, can I just have a look in your bag? That's all I
Not
said.
by themselves, lady.
Okay.
You don't do that.
Okay.
All right.
Well, can I have a look in the bag now, please?
You wait when I'm ready, okay? You don't walk up to kids when you know they're by themselves. Because she walked up
The
to
fact that the guy gave the girl the bag to take away and that Marcy had told him what she was doing doesn't seem to make any difference. And it takes officers Steve and George to stop the situation escalating out of control.
Hey, you over there, we're over here, okay? So don't say it to me.
Hang on, sir.
No, I'm going to my truck. You walk over to my truck if you want to talk to me.
He's just got all irate because he actually gave the bag to the little girl, and I just walked up to her to have a look at it, and he's gone off his tree.
This was happening over there before you got smart, mate.
We've got 3 power here, sir.
No, I know they're rock pulling it, man. We weren't even diving for them.
Okay.
Listen, what the... Yep, so that's cool.
Okay, that's fine. Just talk to you, sir, okay? Come here.
No,
if you walk away, you'll be obstructing me. I will have to arrest you. Is it worth getting arrested? Is it worth getting arrested for 3 power?
It's not.
Well, come here and talk to me now, please, sir. Okay? Just calm down, all right? It's not a big issue.
I know,
okay.
well, we're only rock pulling it, gee.
I know.
Giving us a hard time.
I'm not giving you a hard time at all, sir. We've got 3 undersized power here, okay? So I just want to talk to you about the power, okay? You know what the legal size for power are?
Yeah, something like your hand size or something.
Okay.
Oh,
Well, they're undersized, aren't they?
okay, well, you just biff them back in.
I can biff them back, okay? But I'm just going to get your details and we'll just talk about it, eh?
While Steve tries to get the guy to calm down, the other divers come back with a sack that's a bit smaller than when he disappeared behind the rocks.
Okay. Now I've just got a measure here. I'll show you how I measure them. Okay, now that one's broken.
Yeah.
But he's got to be 125, see, and he's
120.
115, 116.
Gee. Well, I like that. That broken one would have been no good back in the water anyway, eh?
Yeah, but you're not even allowed them. I mean, he's just measurable, but yeah. I'm just gonna
get charged for them, mate.
Well, I mean, at the moment you've been primo to deal with. What I have to do is, all I have to do is grab your details, ask you a couple of questions, and I mean, have you had anything to do with fisheries before? No. So I mean, and then I just put a recommendation into the boss. So I'll just grab your name and that.
He might be easy to deal with, but he's also dumped some of his catch in amongst the rocks.
One of our guys has gone down to where the offender walked away to with his bag and retrieved a power that doesn't even hit 70, which is pretty pitiful. I mean, look at the size of it compared to my hand. I'd be embarrassed taking that.
There turns out to be 12 undersized power in the rock pool, but the guy will only be getting an infringement notice for the ones in his possession. And as for his buddy, he's calmed down.
I was initially pretty agitated, basically because he knew he'd been caught with some undersized power. He'd given the sack to his kid to walk away with. He didn't like us speaking to his child before we spoke to him. But once I explained to him that he could be arrested, he calmed down in the sack with 3 undersized power. He says he knew what the legal size was, so and he had no explanation except to say that he was taking them for a feed.
The 2 guys may have committed offences, but for Marcy, the lasting memory will be a father who made the whole incident a lot more unpleasant than it needed to be.
They had a total between them of 7 undersized power, although there was a further 12 in the rock pool. But I mean, because of their attitude, it just made it that much harder to deal with. It's Christmas, all we want to do is educate people, but at the end of the day, you still got to follow the rules.
Both men were fined $250 for taking undersized power.